see here that we have a dirty soap container. I always like to make sure that this is clean up around here on the edge, make sure that this is all clean free. And on these types of washers, the best thing to do is just to make sure you close the door, and then you can rinse this out with some water and a rag and wipe that down, as well as wipe all this down here. On these 6-loader washers, what we have is, in the case of this, we have some dry powder. You can see up here, dry powder. I want to make sure that this is all clean. Make sure our soap containers are all clean. This is all cleaned up. So we'll go through and just double check, make sure there isn't anything clean residue. See, like around here, all that soap. See soap residue right here. That's always important. Like I said, this gives a bad impression, bad experience, in my opinion. And you can see, the soap containers here. And of course, like I said, in addition to that, we'll make sure that our drums are clean, free of debris, free of any type of leftover customers' garments or anything of that sort. The task that I find to be the most absolute important for good customer experience is to clean the soap trays, as well as make sure that there isn't any soap presentable on tops of the machines or into, like I said, the soap trays. That would be including the fabric softener, which is, some of the machines we have at the top here. But like I said, this here is very much an indication of, in my opinion, not so clean and friendly. In addition to, we want to make sure is that our drums are clean, free of any type of garments that may have been left in there by the customers, as well as any type of hair, grease, or anything like that. So we're going to use OdoBan for that, in addition to, like I said, making sure that we have this cleaned up here. So I'm cleaning these 3 loads. We have the flip lid here, and we're going to want to leave the flip lid after we're all done cleaning and everything. We're going to want to leave this flip lid up. So as you can see from this experience here, we have leftover residue of fabric softener, and sometimes there might be soap down in here. And what I'm looking for is, like, even around the seal here, making sure that there's no dirt and grime, black spots or anything like that. I want to make sure that that's all clean. So one of the things I'll do is I'll take a pail of water, and we just have a pail over there, and I will just fill this up a little bit just to try and get that to go down. I will also make sure that the door is closed, and then I will take a toothbrush and just make sure that we're scrubbing up in here, getting all that out, and then as well as on here. Sometimes you can take a little soap rag or a little rag with a little bit of OdoBan. I call it soap, but OdoBan on there, and just kind of wipe around up in there and make sure we get that all clean and looking good, because we don't want the next customer that would come along and have to put their stuff on top of this. So what we'll do is we'll just make sure that we kind of clean up underneath there, and like I said, we're just going to rinse this out, just making sure that goes down into the washer. We get this all cleaned up in here. So we like to do this a minimum every time between customers, just going through and checking the soap dishes. But for the end of the night deep clean, I definitely want to make sure that this is all done and situated between each one of these machines. As you see here, we have this here. So I'll just loosen this up, this other machine here, to make sure that these are all clean. So that's what we want to do, cleaning the soap dishes on the washers. Okay, cleaning these 6-loader soap dispensers, all you gotta do is just pull it out like this. What I'm looking for is making sure that this is pretty clean, no soap residue, no just other foreign material. What I'd like to do is to make sure we take these out. If they do have any soap or anything like that, then we just take them over to the sink just like this, and have a bucket or whatever. We just make sure that we're spraying them out, cleaning them, and then before we put them back in, I like to make sure that this stuff here is cleaned out. Like, there might be some soap or gunk in here, and we just kind of want to make sure that we just take a rag and wipe that stuff out of there the best we can, and then we don't know if we put our hand back there a little bit better, do that. So let's recap on this one. Like I said, I'm just looking here, make sure that this looks good, clean our soap, make sure that looks good, and then we just put that back in there and just go down the line, make sure there's no soap residue in the trays. And like I said, if there was, we'd take it to the sink, rinse it out, and then we're going to take this here, just take a towel, rag, just wipe out any residue, any chunks that may fall in, and then go from there. So that way we maintain that we have good standards here. Cleanly soap dishes. This is one of the first things that the customers will see, in addition to putting their clothes inside the washer. So once we have all of the soap trays here on this set of double loaders, we're just going to pull them out, make sure that they're open, aired out. Same thing with this one, and then as these as well. Now these here, I'm just making sure that there's no soap residue or anything like that. There's a little button way at the bottom back here, and I have to get like a little pushy screwdriver to push that little tab down that you can see back in there, and that will take the soap tray out. And we can rinse it out if we needed to. So, but yeah, so there's that. So these are looking good, looking fine. So I'm just gonna close those partially. I think it's big 6-load washers. One of the things that I'm looking for when we go to clean these or come in the store, we want to make sure our customers have a good experience, that our softener is cleaned out, you know, all the soap, there's no soap residue, anything of that sort. So we would start with this. We would start cleaning this, making sure that there's no soap residue or any just non-good looking presentation there. Make sure that all the trimming and everything's all clean. We're gonna make sure that the top's all clean. Sometimes there'll be some soap and stuff, residue up here, people pouring or trying to set their stuff up. And then what we'll do is then we're gonna check the washer, make sure there's no extra items in here, make sure that this has got a good clean sanitized environment, make sure there's no extra garments. And once we do that, then we should be good.